Alright, so let's say that we have the cosine of theta equals -1/5, and we have the cosine of theta. And just to get everything lined up here, let's figure out what the sine is. So when I do the Pythagorean theorem, we get 1 plus b squared equals 25. So b squared equals 24 when I subtract it from both sides. And when I take the square root, since we're going to get exact answers, I'm going to break down 24 to be 6 times 4. 6 breaks down, and 4 breaks down. And so I got b equals 2 square roots of 6. But because it's down here, we got -2 square roots of 6. So the sine of theta equals -2 square roots of 6 over 5. Alright, so we got the cosine of theta equals -1/5, and the sine of theta equals -2 square roots of 6 over 5. And the formula for the sine 2 theta equals 2 sine theta cosine theta. So we found out that the sine of theta was -2 square roots of 6 over 5. And we found out that the cosine of theta was, or we were given this, is -1/5. When I multiply the numerators together, we get we get two negatives as a positive, so we get 4 square root of 6 over 25. For cosine 2 theta, I'm going to use the formula 2 cosine squared theta minus 1. And the reason I'm using that is because I know what cosine is, and it's easier to plug that in. So I got 2 times -1/5 squared minus 1. And when I plug that in my calculator to get the answer, I get -23 over 25. Alright, in getting tangent of 2 theta, I'm just going to take the sine of 2 theta and divide by the cosine of 2 theta. So that gives me 4 square roots of 6 over 25 divided by -23 over 25. Well, what happens to the two 25s? They cancel. And so I got -4 square roots of 6 over 23. And the last type of problem that we have is the sine of 4 theta, which I'm going to use 2 sine of 2 theta cosine of 2 theta. Well, we already have those from parts A and parts B. So let me just do that. Multiply all the numbers on top, and we get -184 square roots of 6 over 25 times 25, which is 625. Alright, let's do it one more time. This time we're given tangent. So 3 and 1. 1 squared plus 3 squared equals c squared. So we got 10 equals c squared when we add it together. And so we got the square root of 10. So the sine is going to be equal to the 3 over the square root of 10. And the cosine of theta is equal to 1 over the square root of 10. And that's equals, not negative. So when we're doing sine of 2 theta, the formula is 2 sine theta cosine theta. So we got 2 times 3 over the square root of 10 times 1 over the square root of 10, which turns out to be 6 over 10, or 3/5. The cosine of 2 theta, it really doesn't matter which formula we use, so I'll just plug in 1 minus 2 sine squared theta. So 1 minus 2 times 3 over the square root of 10 squared, which equals negative 4/5. And the tangent of 2 theta equals 3/5 over negative 4/5. What happens to the 2 5s? See you later. And we get basically, let me erase that, negative 3/4. And those are a couple examples of sine, cosine, and tangent 2 theta.